Yeah.
Okay. Hey YouTube, so recently a lot of people have been commenting that they've been having problems getting exposure and focus from two different sources. So essentially, if you're taking a portrait of someone and you want to expose for the sky, but then focus on the person, they're having problems doing that. And doing a little bit more research, we found out that a lot of the people are having a problem on the D750, which is this camera right here. Most of the professional body, actually all of, sorry, that's the cat. This is very impromptu, just by the way. I'm just doing this to try to help some people out as quickly as possible. But all professional cameras are going to offer a way to focus separately from exposing, right? So if you want to expose, meaning the camera automatically sets the shutter speed, the ISO, and the aperture, however you like to shoot, depending whether it be aperture mode, shutter mode, any of those modes, it's going to automatically set the settings for you, right? So that's what exposure is. Then you have focus, which is your focus. So it's the camera being focused on your subject. Now, a lot of times if you don't have back button focus set, and if you want to know what back button focus is, make sure to check out my video. I'll post a link right here. It's not in it?
Nope.
It's going to be in here, or it's going to be somewhere in here. I'll post a link for you. You can go check out and learn what back button focus is. But when you set up back button focus, you're going to be able to use the shutter button to take a half press, which is going to expose whatever the camera is pointed at, and then while you're holding the shutter button halfway down, you're going to hit the back button focus on your subject. So you're going to expose by pointing your camera at the sky, keeping your button halfway pressed, and then pointing your camera to your subject, which in this case is this fat cat here, who just does nothing but lounges all day. And then you're going, I'm taking pictures. Then you're going to hit your focus button, then your shutter button. So let's just do this again. So we're going to expose for the sky. We're going to halfway press our shutter button, keeping it held down. Then we're going to point the camera at our subject, which is the cat, hit the focus button, then take the picture. Now, on a D750 versus some other versions of Nikon's professional camera line, you actually have to go into the menu system and have automatic exposure lock turned on. So let's go into the camera system and show you how to do that. The first thing you want to do, give us a minute here if this isn't loading correctly on the focus on the phone. First thing you want to do is hit menu, right? So menu is going to be here. Then you want to navigate to the little gear symbol. You're going to go to the right to get into the menu options. Oops, sorry. It's the pencil symbol. In the pencil symbol menu, you're going to have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You're going to go down to C1, and that's going to be shutter release button, auto exposure lock. Now, you're going to click that, turn that on, and what that's going to do is lock your exposure based on what you have the camera pointed at. So if you can see here, as I pan the camera around, if you look at the shutter speed, you see how it's getting longer? Now it's at 1 second, right? Now it's exposing correctly for the background. But now if I half press the shutter, for example, you'll see that the little symbol that says automatic exposure lock comes up, and even if I turn the camera down to something that's completely way too dark, it's going to keep that exposure locked. So now I can actually focus separately on that subject, then take the picture. And now you see the picture's way too dark. But now when I release the shutter button, the exposure gets much longer. So just to show you again, let's say we want to expose for the sky. I'm going to hold the camera up, and you see it's not actually focused on the sky. I don't know if you can see that, but the shutter speed is 1/40th of a second. So we're going to hold that. Now it locks it at 1/125th. Then I can come down here, still at the same shutter speed, focus on the table, and then take the picture. And if you look at the picture, it's very dark because we're using the correct exposure for the sky. So just to illustrate this, if I took a picture of this scene right here with the cat, the shutter speed is going to be really slow. So we might get a lot of blur. There's several reasons why you're going to want to do this, but if you look, there's our scene. If we zoom in, you'll see it's way too slow, and maybe we don't have the sky exposed. So now what I'm going to do is expose for the sky, focus down here on the scene, frame my shot, and now my picture looks like this. That's not actual correct exposure, but that illustrates what we're talking about. So I hope this helps. Make sure to subscribe to Photog HT YouTube channel. I'll post a link in the video, and we'll be back for more. That's all I have. Can you think of anything else? No? Okay. Yeah, post your comments below. If you have any further questions, I'll come on and answer them as fast as I can. Thank you so much.